Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new episode of WatchBrothers. My name is Simon H, and I'm joined by my partner Gray.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, guys, so today we are talking about the recent patch notes on the PTR. So the changes went live yesterday. Yeah, today we just want to quickly get over the changes for the different heroes. So effectively, three heroes have received different changes. That's RoadHog, the Reaper, and McCree. McCree got buffed. Reaper, he got like a little bit of a rework, you could say. But we'll start our discussion off with the RoadHog right here. And as you can see, we are on this lunar station map in the outside area. So we have low gravity here, which is kind of a nice feature of the new map, to be honest. And I love playing around with it. I don't really think that it will come into play when actually playing on the assault map against other players, but you know, it's a fun shortcut anyways. So RoadHog has received the following patch notes. His hitbox size was reduced by 20%. This alone is a major buff for RoadHog, so everybody is kind of talking about or discussing if the recent changes to RoadHog is a buff or a nerf. But this factor for me is like it's a huge buff, because you know the hitbox of RoadHog was so insanely big, like Winston's hitbox was early on, until they changed it a few months ago, and now they reduced RoadHog's head hitbox also by 20%, and that's pretty awesome. So it'll be a lot, yeah, more difficult for your enemies to hit you, and that means that you can heal yourself more effectively. If the Genji is trying to hit me with his shurikens in the head, then I can use my ability to heal, and he will have a much harder time to actually finish me off than he did previously to the patch. So I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah, early on it was pretty easy to still pump damage into the Roadhog even while he's taking a breather, because his head is just really big. A lot of Roadhogs turned around and faced the ground to minimize that, but characters like Tracer or Genji could still get around and outdamage the heal. So by now his hitbox is reduced by a fifth in total, so it's way harder to actually get in the damage to outdamage Roadhog's heal.
Yeah. The next thing we're going to talk about is his changes to the scrap gun. So this is basically the point where everybody is kind of arguing about if this is a change or if this is a buff. So his bullet damage has been decreased by 33%, so by a third, which is a nerf. That is no arguing that. But on the other hand side, his fire rate increased by 30%, so it's almost the same amount, not quite, but it's almost the same amount.
It's still a reduce in total DPS though.
Yeah.
So you can't argue about that.
Yeah, that's sure. And then his clip size got increased from 4 to 5. So you can see this on the screen on the lower right corner. Instead of having just 4 shots in his shotgun, he now has 5 shots, which is pretty amazing. And I'll just make a quick shots here just to show you how fast he is actually shooting, and I'm pretty sure you can already tell that this is way faster than he used to shoot. So,
okay, so the question here would be, do you actually like that? Because most of the people in the internets actually think that the slow shooting but high damage was part of RoadHog's character, RoadHog's charm, and now his new scrap gun just feels like a Reaper or a Torbjorn scrap gun. Like, it's just the same similar shotgun to every other character, and it's not unique anymore. What's your take on that?
yeah, I read the same kind of quotes, and I have to agree with the persons saying that, because, you know, Roadhog was this very slow moving guy. He is big, he is fat, he's intimidating, and you always kind of knew, okay, I'm most likely going to be faster than the Roadhog, but if he's going to hit me, I will pay for that. And this is kind of reduced right now, that's true. So in terms of character design, this may not be the best choice. But on the other hand side, I have to say that I never really played RoadHog because I like his character design so much. In terms of lore or in terms of art style or whatever.
Oh, but still, like, in terms of gameplay, for example, I actually enjoy playing RoadHog because I had 3 different ways to one-shot people.
Yeah.
And now there's 3 consistent ways of one-shotting people, got reduced to 1, which is just right-click, which is probably the most fun one, but in my opinion, it was also the most frustrating one to play against, so I'm not quite sure how I like it. I need to see how it plays out on live.
Yeah, that's true. I have to admit that I'm not quite sure if I like the changes or not right now, because you know, playing on PTR is one thing, playing on live servers, especially in competitive, is a whole different story. But you know, in total, I am happy with the changes, and I don't.
Oh yeah. I think the changes are really healthy for the game in general.
Yes, that's
I'm
it.
just not sure if the changes are the correct ones for RoadHog personally.
Yeah.
So I think it's a step in the right direction, once again, as with RoadHog.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if it's the best thing, and only time will tell.
Yeah, that's true. But, you know, I kind of like the increased fire rate now, and it's, I think if you play it correctly, so you have to adapt your playstyle of RoadHog, that's for sure. But you can put out some damage to the enemy team quite consistently now and in a much faster pace than before, and I don't think that is necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, I think it's a nerf for the solo flanking RoadHog.
Yes.
But it's a good like change of putting RoadHog into the death ball and just shooting from within the team.
Yeah, and that's totally okay with me because you know RoadHog is an off tank and he wasn't supposed to be a flanking guy in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
So taking his ability off to actually flank the team and be pretty successful with it, if you're doing it correctly, is a absolutely good thing. Even though I like flanking with RoadHog myself, so you know.
Yeah, like who doesn't?
Yeah, but. Yeah, let alone the fact that he has now an increased clip of 5 shots. That's pretty amazing, and I like that a lot. And so this leads me to the next point, his hook ability. So the people were complaining about, you know, it's not possible anymore to one-shot people once you've hooked them, and so on and so forth. And it's true, the damage got reduced quite significantly, but it is still possible to one-shot people after hooking them, and we will show you this just now. So as you may know, the combination you have to do is hook the enemy, shot him, melee. So I didn't catch a gray here in the correct way, but
as you can see, I'm still left on 50 HP.
Yes, but you know, it's possible. So if I do it again, he's obviously dead now because he just had 50 HP. But I tried this with Zenyatta and different heroes with 200 HP, and it's still possible to do it. So you have to hook, one shot, melee, step forward, melee.
And the right click, hook, left click, melee is still completely unchanged. So.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, it's not unchanged, but it's still viable to one-shot people with it.
Yeah. So if I hook him again, catch him like this, and then I have to immediately shoot again to get the kill on the Genji. But as you can see, because of the recent changes, RoadHog's ability to shoot is much faster than it was before. So it's not that big of a deal for most heroes you're playing against, because you can just take another shot and finish the enemy hero off.
Yeah, probably with heroes like Genji or Tracer that have some way to get out. For example, if RoadHog hooks me now and I just spam deflect, he probably can't get the second shot in, and I'm able to retreat to a health pack.
Yeah, that's true, and we will just do it again. So just tell me when you're... Yeah, okay. So let's do it again. I hook, I shoot, I melee, I shoot again, and yeah, you know, he deflected and jumped and I wasn't able to finish him.
I could have also, for example, dashed out of the way.
Yeah, so just hook him, and I'm only shooting myself right there. So that's going to be a problem, but that is still not as big of a deal in my opinion, because in any case the Genji is reduced to 50 HP, which is pretty low. So if some other guy of the team watches me fight the Genji, even just in the corner of the eye or something, they can turn around and just quickly finish the Genji off, and everything is going to be fine.
Oh yeah, and 50 was the highest health. The other times I was barely above 30.
Yeah.
So like even a melee from another character would have almost finished me off.
Yeah.
And once again, right click, hook, left click, melee still kills almost everyone.
So right click, as you can see, he was pretty. I didn't even need to melee him because he was like reduced to half the health even before I hooked him. So if you get the opportunity to shoot somebody with the right click first, even though it's not on a headshot, just getting those extra 10 or 20 HP of health reduced before actually hooking somebody will allow you to continue one-shotting people in this combination. And yeah, like we said, it's especially tricky with a Genji or a Tracer if you're playing against them, but with other heroes, for example, an soldier or something, he wouldn't be able to retreat, so you don't have
not at all.
Yeah, to worry about that much. You can still finish him off.
Okay, so the changes to Reaper, which is that his passive changed from dropping healing orbs after you've killed people to just flat out 20% lifesteal.
Yeah.
And if you're able to do math, as you can see on 200 HP heroes, this is a 10 HP nerf, which is not too bad. But on heroes like tanks, you're able to duel them much more efficiently, because you're going to like almost out heal some of the damage they do.
Yes.
Which is really fun.
And the other factor is that you are now getting the 20% of the damage you've done immediately.
Yes, that's true.
So
I just wish they had like an animation of like, if I shoot you, blood comes to me or something like that.
Yeah, that would be nice, absolutely. Yeah, so you will receive the health immediately, and right now on live servers you have to kill your enemy to get those little orbs and refill your health. Now you will get the health as soon as you deal damage to the enemy. So that means that even if you are 1v1 someone, you will still get some HP back, and in some situations even the smallest amounts of health points, like 5 or 6 or 7 health points, can make the difference and make you survive the fight.
Absolutely.
So I think of it, even if it is a 10 HP nerf for 200 HP heroes overall,
and that's not talking about them getting healed as soon as they do.
Yeah.
Breaks even or gets even higher.
Yeah, absolutely. So I absolutely think that this is a buff to Reaper, and like we said before, when you're playing against tanks, so especially RoadHog or Reinhardt, they have so many HP, they are so easy to hit, and you can...
Especially the new RoadHog.
Yeah, especially the new RoadHog. So you can absolutely deal some good damage there and get yourself pumped up with some extra health. It will be a lot more difficult for other heroes to take you out efficiently. And yeah, I'm pretty excited for the Reaper changes, and we'll just have to see how it all plays out in life. But one last thing I want to point out is the effect this passive ability change has on Reaper's ultimate, the Death Blossom. So if you manage to get in the Death Blossom correctly, what this passive ability will do is you're putting out a great deal of damage while you're ulting, probably hitting 2, 3, 4 targets at once, finishing them off, and even if there is somebody shooting at you, trying to make you stop ulting, the possibility that you survive and can finish your ultimate is increased by a decent amount, I think. That's not talking about RoadHog hooks, so that's one reason why I like to play RoadHog. It is also a possibility to just hook the Reaper out of the ultimate and it will be over anyways. But if there is no RoadHog or there's nobody shooting you down by just disturbing you, so McCree could use the flashbang and
I could sleep you.
And I could sleep you, stuff like that. If none of this is happening, and maybe just a soldier's on the high ground somewhere, he sees that you are ulting his entire team and he shoots you in an attempt to make you stop that, it is most likely that you will survive anyway. And right now on live servers, basically
you would just die.
You would just die, yes, and I would say roughly about half the times I see a Reaper ultimate, he dies in the process of ulting.
But that is mostly due to crowd control.
Yeah.
But there are these occasional reasons where just die to straight DPS, and those might be minimized now.
Yeah. So overall, I think it is a pretty decent change for the Reaper, and I'm very happy that he is receiving some love right now, because he was kind of in a spot where he is such a situational pick. He is still viable in my opinion, and he can be used quite efficiently, but the situation where he can make it a decent impact to the team are very limited right now. And I'm hoping that these effects will now increase again.
Yes.
So now we've talked so much that my Deadeye ultimate is ready. That's awesome, because that's the last thing we're going to talk about, and we wanted to show you. So I'm just reading off the patch notes right here for McCree. So Deadeye. Targets now begin locking on after 0.2 seconds instead of 0.8 seconds. So this is just 25% of the time you needed before, which is pretty amazing. So it's 4 times faster. And then the second point is damage accumulated over the first second increased to from 20 up to 80. Damage per second after the first second is unchanged. Developer comment, McCree's ultimate can deal a lot of damage if it has a lot of time to build up, but it was often too difficult to get even a small amount of damage out before being stopped or killed. These changes make it more flexible and powerful. So, what this basically means is the ultimate will lock on way faster than it used to, and even if you have just a little bit of time, because you know there is a widow on the other side and she's going to shoot you in the blink of an eye, you still can get some decent amount of damage done, because the damage in the first second is going to be 80 instead of 20 like it used to before. So this is a huge buff to the McCree ultimate as well. And before, or right now on the live server, it's one of the weakest, if not the weakest, ultimate ability of every character, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah, it's just way too easy to stop. It's just, you hear a loud voice line, he starts glowing so you can see him from a mile away, and he gets slowed down.
Yeah.
So literally all, for example, an Anna has to do is just sleep dart him.
Yeah.
And that's it. And now the time she has to actually get off the sleep dart got severely reduced.
Yeah. So I'm just popping the ultimate right now, and you can see what we are talking about. And that's it. Way faster. So yeah, this leads us to the point, is McCree going to be a good pick in competitive right now? Well, it most certainly makes him more viable as in comparison to before, but you know, we are both thinking that the soldier is still in favor. Like, learning a soldier and to put a decent amount of damage to the enemy team and be reliable with him and shooting the right targets at times. It's way easier with Soldier 76 than it is with McCree, because you have to really get those headshots reliably and consistently with McCree in order to make an impact to the game. And yeah, Soldier can heal himself. McCree can't do that. Soldier can sprint. McCree just has his barrel roll, which is good because it's recharging his pistol. But you know, it's just like, it's kind of okay, but it's not awesome. So Soldier 76 will still be in favor after this patch goes live. But you know, McCree is going to change to be a kind of off-meta side pick. If you are a really good McCree and you know how to do stuff with him, then he will be awesome. And if not, or you're just an average McCree player, you probably should go with the Soldier.
One thing to note actually is that if RoadHog drops in viability, and considering that Tracer is probably unarguably the strongest DPS at the moment, that might make McCree rise in viability again.
Yeah.
But we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, that's true. It's for sure that he got buffed, and it was about time, because the Cowboy hasn't received much love in the different patches throughout the latest month. So we are happy to see that those of you who actually love playing McCree get more chances to do so and be effective with him. And I personally would like to see a lot of more McCrees in the matches I play. But we'll just have to wait and see how this all is going to affect the live servers.
Okay, so that's about it. How are you feeling about the patch notes? How are you feeling about the certain buffs or nerfs? Do you think RoadHog got nerfed? Do you think he's actually more fun now? Let us know, and we'll see you around in the next episodes.